grill did you get?
This is a Broil King Regal S590. Regal 590 Pro. Pretty simple assembly so far. So far I've put these wheels on and the two magnets on. Now we're going to put the base pieces together. A pre-start screw right here. And they have slots that you just slide them into. Slots here that you slide them into. And then you just tighten them down. With a bit that they provided, which is double-ended. Small Robertson, large Robertson. Fits in the impact like a glove. There, her husband, this guy, he's kind of a ding-dong sometimes. He gets a little carried away, gets things going a little too quick. His mind doesn't work as fast as his clicky finger. So he does dumb things like he orders a grill that's natural gas instead of propane. So now we have to convert the natural gas pieces to propane pieces. And I'm going to relocate it up to here. particular grill, because they have decided that the average person is too stupid, apparently, to figure out how to change out orifices, you get to change out the entire control assembly. Which means we get to take this whole cotton picking thing apart. Which means I may have to take this whole fascia off the front of the grill. I, at the very least, have to pop it loose. Pull it out a little ways. Let's see if that is enough. Disconnect all the wires, because this nifty little grill has LED lights in the handles, or in the knobs, that are all wired up through here. But what I'm going to do is, when the propane control system comes in, I'm going to get the numbers off of the orifices that come in, and I'm going to order an extra set, and I'm going to put them in this. That way, if the day comes that I ever start having trouble with my control knobs in this control assembly, I can replace it. I guess that goes. To be honest. Alright, now I also have to pull this line out, which goes up through the back to the rotisserie burner. It has a rotisserie burner and a rotisserie motor and a rotisserie spit to go in it, which I thought was kind of handy. Kind of looking forward to putting a few chickens on the rotisserie and rotisserizing them. See if we can figure out how this little guy here comes apart. That guy up and out of the way. This guy comes loose. Well, that's disappointing. I think I have to pull this entire side panel off to reroute that line out of there. Or I could just be intelligent and pop that orifice out of there and swap it out with the one that comes in on the new control system. And I might just do that. So we're going to do something interesting with this grill. It is a standalone grill. It has a side shelf on one side and a burner on the other side. We're going to leave the side shelves and the burner off, and we're actually going to build it into an outdoor kitchen. And the LED lights are actually run off of these batteries, and I'm hoping that I can find a charger of some sort where I can just plug this into a recep that I'll build into the outdoor kitchen underneath the counter. We will see. I will let you know how that goes. In a worst case scenario, you may or may not know this, but you can buy battery units that plug into your wall and put dummy batteries in here, and just have a little flat ribbon cable that sneaks out the end of this to use to power devices like this. Let's have a look and see what she looks like. I don't know if that powers in over here. Yep, apparently. Oh, nope. I'm guessing it actually goes over here. like that. And this guy here, I think, powers a light in the handle that shines down inside your grill. Because we're not going to use the side burner, which is what this guy is for, I'm going to actually pull this off, and we're going to get a cap. We'll just cap that guy off so we can't do something stupid like turn the gas on and have a fire shooting out the back of it. The LP gas version uses a 0.66 orifice. Natural gas version uses a 1.36, I believe. Maybe a 1.35. They're pretty hard to read. I will grab a wrench and see if I can pull this orifice out so we can just swap it out with the one in there, so that I don't have to pull that end cap off. So worth noting, for the rotisserie burner, it is a 1.09 for LP gas. And when I get the one for the natural gas out, I'll let you know what it is. Natural gas nozzles are larger because the pressure for natural gas is lower than the pressure for propane. So the natural gas is a 1.60. So because the pressure is lower for natural gas, to get the same amount of fuel out, you need a larger hole. You watch, they did something really cool, probably, like make these different threads. Oh, there it went. I'm gonna get that down in there and get it good and snug. Make sure you use a wrench on the back side back here so you don't twist that guy out of place. There's the old nozzle, 1.60, and on the other one it was a 1.09, I believe. And for now, we'll stick that guy back in there just so we know where he is. Then, the way that this guy attaches is we just fold him back over here like this, push him up over that nozzle, and then he sits right in those two holes right there, like a glove. And the last piece to putting that back on there is to put the nut on the outside that holds it in place. Doesn't have to be very tight at all, which is why I'm not turning the wrench the normal way. Doing it that way, I can keep myself from cranking it down. Now, do you guys remember which one of these is propane, which one's natural gas? I'll wait. Just kidding, it's this one. Not a lot, those are a 0.99, not a 0.66. Apparently I read upside down. These magnetic screw basins are a lifesaver.
Where'd you get them?
Harbor Freight. They were like $3 a piece. put our gas line for our rotisserie burner back on. That guy needs a cap.
You went to a different one than you pointed at.
This is the one that needs a cap.
Okay.
Put back on a plastic line back on over here as well. Pull our fancy schmancy pants back down on there. Get out all of our handy little screws that it takes to put it all back together. Put our igniters back in place. Get our igniter bar back in place. Like so. And then we start getting our burners back in place. This one over here next because I know exactly where it goes. In here. The igniter system. So yeah, for now we'll just stick him right there. But I'll build a custom bracket somewhere inside here, and I'll put a plug in with a dummy battery like I was talking about before, so I don't ever have to change the batteries out. I'll do the same thing with the batteries for that other, for the lights. Like that. Plug that guy in. Like that. And just so we don't lose the screws and end up wanting them later, we'll go ahead and stick them in there. But again, like I said, it'll have a custom mounting bracket, most likely up inside this shelf area somewhere. I want us to mount the fuel line. this was a propane grill, there'd be a propane hanger that goes right here, and a propane tray that would have been mounted on the bottom. But, like I said, I'm a dipstick and I didn't do the other pieces. There is a shelf that goes inside right here, and I have not fully decided whether I want to put said shelf in it or not. Like so. Now I believe we are ready to put our base on, because you know it's all about that base. About that base. No trouble. Yes, I had to go there. Handy dandy McBase. Like so.
The kitty was over here helping you do this on the top. Look at that. He's putting fingerprints on it.
Something else is weird.
Yeah, because these are weird.
No, those are supposed to be like that. I think these got put in the wrong end, because this piece goes at the top. Yeah, see, that thing screws up through the bottom to...
Well, that's what I thought.
Tighten it in, I think. Okay, so if that's correct, and that goes like that, and that little dude goes like that, turn that around. I actually like that. That doors gets stuck on there nice and tight. I guess I skipped step 13, which was assemble the doors. Would be handy to have a way to open them before we just close them both together. One door handle on. Doors on. thingamajigger. Just for your reference, if you've never put a grill together, all this stainless stuff is freaking sharp. I can honestly not believe that I'm not bleeding already. I should have done something a little different here.
What do you need to do?
I need the 2 pins and the 2 clips out of that thing over there. End over there if you can. The pin goes through from the outside. Now that that's accomplished, we put in the heat wave system, which is exceptionally dangerous for 2 reasons. 1, it's more stainless steel with sharp edges, and 2, it was in a cardboard box that just cut me. This is their patented heat wave system that I think sits like that. Next is the grates. You can't really see it, but these are some freaking heavy stainless grates. Like, super heavy.
You only get 2?
Yep. And then you leave a big hole right in the middle.
I think he's kidding. Sometimes I'm not so sure though.
I think this is the last one. I don't know for sure.
You're lucky I didn't catch how you opened the box, weirdo.
I opened the box like a normal weirdo. Look at that. But wait! There's more.
For $19.95. Oh.
So let's take all of these off. Now they get to see us put them all back on. Big knobs go in the big holes. Little knobs go on the little holes. Little fella goes to market. Back in those little holes and up there like that. Extra warming back. This little fella is a rad dude. He goes right here. Ding! That, my friends, is the mount for this little guy. Motor de la Rotisserie. Slides right over that little guy there. The rotisserie rod slides right into that little guy there. And we get our accessory pack for our rotisserie here. So your backer goes on like so, your counterweight goes on like so, and your counterweight nut goes on like so. Fork in it. Oh, sorry. Take that back. You put your stop in, slides over your run. You want to slide it over so that your screw ends up on the inside. Go ahead and set that bushing where you have room, like so. You want your rod slid all the way into the motor. Basically this guy is going to just keep that from popping out of the motor and dropping your food all over your grill. Then, when you're ready to rotisserize, you'll take the little plastic bobbies off these forks, slide it on there, get yourself about centered, and whatever size meat you want. So put a couple chickens right there. Then you unscrew the little dude, slide him up there, and clamp your little chickens right together, like so. Screw your screw down to tighten it. Keep your chickens from moving. And then you set that sucker in like so. But you don't set it all the way, and you'll have to remove this rack. If you want to rotisserize, you got to remove the extra rack. You don't set it all the way into your motor. And here's why. Your meat usually is going to be heavier on one side than the other. So say the screwdriver is the heavier side of my meat. Oh my goodness, it's weighing it down. So then I'm going to put my weight up here like so and tighten it down. That way it counterbalances. Not quite. It's a little heavier than the screwdriver. But you get the picture. It's going to counterbalance the meat. You want it to try and make it so that this will just sit still any direction you turn it, instead of turning on its own to a specific direction. That way the motor doesn't have to work nearly as hard to turn your meat over inside the grill. We have another box over here. It's likely for the side burner. It is. And that's a neat little gizzy. Just poke it down into your griddles when they're hot and lift them puppets right up out of there. I got news for you. That's going to be hard to do with them heavy ones. Broil King S590 Regal. Where are the cats now?
They didn't leave fingerprints.
Could that be because they don't have fingers? Look at that! Like I said, it has a nice beefy shelf that goes here, one on the other side. There's usually a burner right here. We are not going to include that in our installation because we don't want it.
So here we are. We have a nice new grill, and yet we don't have our patio set up to place said grill yet. So when you have a new toy to play with, you have to find something to do.
So we've hooked up our propanol, liquid propane. We'll flip on a burner and hit our fancy button until we see it light, which it just lit, I believe. Yep. And we flip on the next one, and the next one, the next one, the next one, till everybody is burning. Then we can flip on our back burner back there, our rotisserie burner. It takes it a minute to light. Block the wind from it. With that fan blowing on us, it's a little bit there, right? There.
And then that is also when you realize that all the steaks you have are in the freezer.
I think it needs a little bit of adjustment. I can't tell if it's that or if it's that the regulator that I'm using temporarily isn't quite big enough for this grill. That's the most likely cause, but see a little yellow flame here and there. Could also be because you shouldn't really be using the rotisserie burner while using all the other burners. So it may be really hammering the propane bottle right now. I can hear the propane bottle whistling.
I can hear the propane bottle whistling also.
Turn them down a little bit.
Alright, now we just need steaks to defrost.
You just check back tomorrow for that video.
Until then.
Good sign that it's done.